You had a reason, a clear, specific, completely obvious reason. You stood up, walked across the house, and stepped through the door. And then, nothing. You stand there staring into the middle distance, trying to reverse engineer your own brain. Why did I come in here? And the second you walk back to where you started, it comes back instantly, like it was never gone. This isn't carelessness, it isn't age, it isn't your brain failing you, it has a name. Researchers call it the doorway effect, and it's one of the most studied quirks in cognitive psychology. The effect was formally documented in 2011 by psychologist Gabriel Radvansky and his team at the University of Notre Dame. They ran a series of experiments, some in virtual environments, some in real rooms, and found the same result every time. Walking through a doorway, not the distance traveled, not the time elapsed, not the distraction of a new room. The doorway itself was what caused people to forget. Moving the same distance within a single room, memory intact, crossing a threshold, memory wiped. The door was the trigger. To understand why, you need to understand how your brain stores and retrieves memories. Your brain doesn't work like a hard drive, storing everything in one neat, searchable location. It works in episodes. Every experience you have is filed away as part of an event model. A mental package that includes not just what happened, but where you were, what you were doing, and what the environment looked like. These event models are the architecture of episodic memory, the type of memory responsible for your sense of personal experience and intention. Here's the critical part. When you move from one environment to another, particularly through a physical boundary like a doorway, your brain interprets that as the end of one event and the beginning of another. It closes the previous event model and opens a fresh one. And the intention you were carrying, it was filed under the old event, the one that just closed. Before you blame your brain, consider what it's actually doing. At any given moment, your brain is managing an extraordinary volume of information, sensory input, emotional state, spatial awareness, ongoing tasks, social dynamics, all simultaneously. Segmenting experience into events is how your brain manages that load. By compartmentalizing, by treating each new environment as a clean chapter, it can allocate processing resources more efficiently, update your mental model of the world, and focus on what's immediately relevant to where you are right now. The doorway effect isn't a flaw in the system. It's the system working exactly as designed, just at a slight cost to the specific memory you happen to be carrying at the time. Your brain decided the new environment needed fresh attention. It wasn't wrong. It just didn't warn you. Additional narration to reinforce the brilliance of the system. Transition narration, which is why going back works. When you return to the original room, you re-enter the original event model. The environmental cues, the light, the furniture, the spatial layout, act as a retrieval key, unlocking the memory that was filed under that context. This is called context-dependent memory, one of the most robust findings in all of memory research. Your memories aren't stored in isolation. They're bound to the environment in which they were formed. Divers who learn information underwater recall it better underwater than on land. Students who study in the same room where they'll be examined perform better on tests. Context isn't just helpful, it's part of the memory itself. Additional context-dependent memory explanation. So, what do you do with this? First, say your intention out loud before you move. Verbalizing a thought encodes it more deeply and across multiple memory systems, making it more resistant to the doorway wipe. Second, visualize what you're going to do in the new room before you walk in. Preloading the intention into a visual memory makes it more likely to survive the event boundary. Third, if you forget anyway, don't force it. Go back, re-enter the original context. Your brain filed it there. That's where you'll find it. Reinforcement of successful technique application. Your brain isn't forgetting, it's filing, and the door is just where one chapter ends and another begins.